How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, this is an exciting video, something that we've obviously wanted to talk about for a while. And guess what? The house build is actually happening. We thought it was happening before, but we had a contractor not show up and do the site prep, so I ended up having to do it myself. So you'll see a video on that very, very soon. But we're going to go over our house plans, and we've got a 3D model of it as well, so you can kind of see it in a three-dimensional sense. I've also got a physical 3D model showing the landscape and a lot of the integrated systems for the house and for the landscape. We're going to do a separate video on that, and this one we're just going to go over the house plans and the interior design of things, because that'll definitely give you guys a good idea of what's going on the inside, and then we'll show you what's going on the outside as well. So this has been a project that we've obviously been thinking about and working on for a long time now, but for this specific plan here, this has been probably at least a 3 or 4 month process to get to this point here. So there's been a lot going on behind the scenes. So some very important stats that a lot of people are going to be very curious about is the square footage of the house. So the first floor square footage, it's actually a lot less than what I thought. I thought it was actually quite a bit bigger. He shrunk the original model that we had quite a bit. So the first floor is 1,290 square feet, which is...
That's good.
That's pretty comfortable. I typically tell people a house size between 700 to 1,000 for, a family of maybe 2 people and maybe a kid or two. I'm like, that's pretty comfortable. The second floor, because there are going to be 2 floors in this, will be 868 square feet. And then the deck and porch are both 350 square feet. So that'll just kind of give you an idea for the size. So let's take a look at the 3D model.
So you tell people 700 to 1,000, but ours is 2,000. I'm just here to talk shit about it.
that we are.
Just so that you guys don't have to talk shit about him in the comments, I'll do it for you.
We got it right here. It's all good.
But yeah.
So, and then the other important stats. So the building structure is going to be ICF block. So that's insulated concrete form. So you just do a quick Google search or YouTube search to learn more about that. But I'll do a video talking about why we chose ICF as opposed to doing rammed earth or straw bale or any of those alternative building styles. A lot of it just comes down to time and labor, and the insane amount of time and labor that goes into an earthen style structure like that. The house will be running completely on rainwater, so there's no issues with that. It's not going to be fully off-grid in the sense that we'll have grid-tied solar as opposed to off-grid solar. I've talked about that in another video and the reason why, and that's mainly future-proofing any electrical needs that we're going to need for EV charging. And especially in my mechanical shop, there's going to be a lot of machinery going on in there, including welding equipment, that kind of stuff. So those are the major reasons why we're going with grid-tied solar, and obviously cost plays a role in that as well. So let's take a look at the 3D model. So we had our friend who is a architectural designer. His name is Jacob Schmit. Jacob Schmit. I always got problems with those S words.
Schmit.
And in the comment section, everyone's like, it's especially, not especially. Yeah.
I
Guess
say
what?
especially too, just because you say it and you got me into terrible habits.
For those of you that don't know, I had a speech impediment as a kid, and I have a hard time pronouncing words or the S letter, the S sound. So people are like, why do you say especially? Because that's why I had a speech impediment, and I still have it a little bit. But this is kind of the overall view of the house from the outside. So there's no basement, there's no attic space. So it's a simple style structure.
It's not going to be white.
It's not going to be white. Yeah, people would be like, is it going to be white? No, it's not going to be white.
It's going to be like a concrete gray with really nice manufactured wood on the outside. So we're going to just tie in concrete, because ICF block, just a quick run, it's basically like little Lego blocks that a concrete truck just comes in, you film with concrete.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole house is gonna be made out of concrete. But I love the look of concrete. I think it looks super industrial, modern. So we're gonna probably do like a concrete colored stucco or whatever, Adobe or something on the outside, and then do like a manufactured dark wood. And then
like the manufactured wood will be like accent walls and stuff. So like, for example, on this south facing wall right here, like that will probably be a different color than the rest of the house. And then on the entrance side over here, this will probably be a different color as well.
I think that top part.
Yeah, and we could do this top part up here as well. So to kind of give you guys a little bit of the lay of the land. So the house is pointing, so this is south going down here. This is the south facing wall. And then up at the top here, this is the north facing wall. And if you've been following along with the first videos along with the series of building this home, this is where those 4 trees are and those barrel cactus. That's going to be like our front yard. So that'll kind of give you an idea of the lay of the land there.
Can we see the inside of the house?
Oh, we can see the inside of the house.
You're really dragging this on.
There we go. We got to keep things going here for Hannah.
Yeah. I'm just coming at it from a viewer's perspective. Yeah, shut up. Let's see.
So we'll just do a topographical view here. So entryway is right here. There's going to be a staircase right in here that's going up to the second floor. I've got the architectural drawings, so we'll throw those up because that has all the detail for like the kitchen and the furniture and all that kind of jazz. So this is our entryway right here. We'll have a nice big door. Like I said, stairs going up to the second floor. As you walk in, this will be a very nice kitchen area for Hannah.
Yes, my kitchen.
So we're going to do like an open cabinet design. So we'll have base cabinets, sink here, dishwasher in there. Looks like the fridge will be on the end there with a pantry attached right here. And then we'll have a kitchen island with a cooktop, and then the oven will be integrated into the island as well. We have some nice cute little bar stools. Hannah loves those bar stools. Our living room right in this area here. So this is...
No, you messed up.
This living room right here is just more kind of like a sitting area. So there's just going to be a couch and coffee table. We'll have like an actual kind of like entertainment area, I guess, in terms of like a TV and stuff. That'll be up on the second floor. And then right here will be the dining room. And then right here, door number 103, that'll be going out to the patio on this side over here.
It's going to be like a nice clear bifold door.
Yeah. So it's going to be a nice bifold door, so you can open up this entire space right here to go out to the patio. Because something that's important to us is being able to have friends and family over and being able to entertain them and just have like a good time. Isn't that important to you?
It's very important to me. I get sick of hanging out with you all the time.
We want to have more people over. And being able to have our friends and family over is certainly really important to us. And so that obviously plays into the size of the house as well. You might be like, well, you're living in a tiny house. It's like the tiny house has always been temporary. It's never, we've said this right from the beginning, it's a temporary thing that we're only going to live in it until we built a full-size home, because we have to build a full-size home on our property. We just can't live in an RV style tiny home and live out here legally.
The other thing that a lot of people do is they'll build like a small main house that just has 1 bedroom and then build like guest houses. And we just want to build one thing and get it over with and never have to build anything ever again unless it's like a fun project. So we're taking into account with this house, there's 3 bedrooms and we might have kids. We're not really sure. I mean, we're not sure. Like, it'd be a miracle if we have kids. So if we do have kids, then we'll have room for them. If not, we'll have room for family and friends when they come over, and we'll just have a lot of room for, I don't know, people to crash if they get too drunk or something, whatever.
And on the second floor, we'll go over that in a second. One of those bedrooms can be an office space for Hannah. I plan on making my office space out here in the garage. So the rooms and the space is definitely going to be used well.
And And the rooms are actually pretty small. Like if you zoom in on the bedroom, there's basically just like basically just gonna have a bed in there and some plants, and then behind it there's a closet, and then we have a master bath. But we do want to keep it very minimal. Like I just don't like cluttered houses. I don't like a lot of stuff. Like I'd rather have more built-in stuff and stuff made out of like our mesquite wood, and we want to try and make a lot of our furniture and make our outdoor furniture, because every time we've bought furniture like this table, for example, it's just a piece of crap. So it's like if you can learn how to make it yourself, it's a lot better. And we have certain design ideas that we just want to integrate throughout like the whole thing here. So
yeah, there's going to be a lot of, it's going to be a very industrial style house. So there's going to be exposed ductwork, exposed conduit, with a very modern flair as well, with a lot of the doors and the windows and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of
like concrete, natural wood, stainless steel, black, and like green with plants.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of what we're gonna go for. Like our whole kitchen is gonna be black, because our whole kitchen right now is white. And if you've ever had a white kitchen, you'd probably never build one ever again, because they just get so dirty. So we're just gonna do like wood and concrete and black everything in there. And it's nice that we have the tiny house and that we've like done all this stuff on our property, because I feel like you really have to do something more than once to get it down. And it's like we've learned all the stuff that we should never do again. And it's like we're just not going to do those things, because we kind of have to replace the majority of the faces on our cabinets in our kitchen, because I've like stained them with turmeric and like all these things.
Yeah, and it has been like such a great learning experience living in that tiny house. We realize obviously the size is a major issue, and I wouldn't really recommend a tiny house for couples or with couples with kids. I think if you're living singly, I think a tiny house is definitely a cool idea. But for us, it just really...
It's just been too long. It's basically like living in an RV for 4 years. Like it's just a small space, especially when you have so many animals. And like, luckily we live in a nice area where we can go outside a lot. We have a big property. Like if we lived in Minnesota, we would be divorced right now. Like, if we lived somewhere where it's cold and we were stuck inside all the time, we would not be together probably.
It would be very difficult. So many of the tiny house couples that I saw in the original documentary are either divorced or they don't live in the tiny house anymore. And that's just, a few years that they've been living in it. So the people that are single living in tiny homes,
they do great.
They're still living in those tiny homes, right? So definitely take into account your living situation, where you're going to be putting your home, and all that kind of stuff. So we've got our master bed, master closet, master bath. So the floor throughout the main level is just going to be the concrete slab. So we'll have that finished off really nice. So that'll tie in with the concrete and with that industrial design. And we're also going to run in-floor heat throughout the house. That'll just be like the water cool system that'll be hooked up to water heaters.
So it'll be so nice.
So it'll be really nice during the wintertime. And I'm glad that we're kind of really getting this design like down right now, because we just realized how cold it gets during the winter time, and we're like, man, it would be really nice just to have heated floors throughout the house. And it's a very effective way of heating this style of house, especially during the winter and in the desert here.
Yeah, because then you don't really need to run forced air heating. You just don't. I'm just gonna have heated blankets, and it'll be nice.
A little nice heated floor. And then up at the top here will be the mechanical room. So obviously electrical panel, water heaters, the HVAC system.
And talk about the cool thing.
Yeah.
We're going to have a little cat door that goes through the pantry, so that we can keep the cat litter and like all that stuff in there. Because the thing with our cat food is like we leave it out. They're on a free feed system. And luckily they're super lean and like they don't get overweight from it. But the thing that I hate the most about our bathroom is the fact that our cats will like toss their cat litter everywhere. And it's like you get out of the shower, there's cat litter. Like I just don't want to ever have to look at the cat litter ever again. But I can't live without cats.
So that'll be in the mechanical room. So it'll kind of keep it out. And then there's like a little entryway into the mechanical room. So you can just walk out the front door and then you can go in the mechanical room right here. All right, let's go up to the second floor. So our architectural designer Again, I'll leave a link to his information down below. He had some really great ideas for making this space really kind of unique and special. So throughout the middle here, you'll be able to walk in and be able to see about 20 feet up right to the ceiling, which will be pretty incredible. We really love like high ceilings and having that that space above.
I feel like it just makes the house seem so much bigger than it actually is.
So you'll be able to come up the stairs, and then there will be guest bedroom number 1 right here, and then up here guest bedroom number 2, and then the guest bathroom over here. There's nothing too much in terms of, you know, special things being that special up here.
Just a closet.
Just a closet. Yeah, this is going to be a closet.
Probably for like camera gear and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably going to do a Murphy bed in that bedroom and build it into the wall so that you can just put it away, and then I can have a desk in there, and it could be like an office that looks like the wall will look like a bookshelf, but then it will also be a bed, just so we don't have to have a bed sitting out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I can do like yoga and stuff in there.
And something that when I showed the plans here on an Instagram story, and if you're not following me on Instagram at Handeeman with an _, check it out. Is that there's going to be 2 toilets in this guest bathroom. So we're going to have regular flush toilets in our master bath and in the guest bath, and then also in the half bath that's just off the kitchen area. But we're also going to, because we really believe in, you know, composting toilets, we're going to have a composting toilet right next to the other one. You might think like, why would you do that? If we were to ever sell this house in the future, one thing that is always going to deter people from wanting to buy it would be if there are not actual flush toilets in the house. So we're going to have flush toilets in all the bathrooms, but we're mainly going to be using the composting toilet on the second floor.
Why is it upstairs, dude?
Why is it upstairs? Because, you know, we've been living in that tiny house for such a long time, you know, it gets smelly.
I just don't want it in the master bedroom, because our master bedroom is probably like the size of our tiny house. So it would basically be the same thing if there was a composting toilet in our master bedroom. Like every time Derek wakes up and takes us to the dump, like I'd smell it. It's not like these things smell all the time. They just smell like, it's like when you walk into a bathroom after somebody took a shit, it smells.
Mm-hmm.
But the smell goes away like once it dissipates from the air. It's just, I don't know. Derek is going to wake up in the morning, go upstairs, take a crap. I'm never going to have to smell it again.
Yeah.
It's going to be glorious.
And then vice versa as well. Yeah. So we'll have 2 toilets up there. It may seem strange, but it's just, for us, it's going to work. And with a composting toilet, you can always take them out because it's not built into the floor or really built into the house. You just kind of build a box and you have a bucket in there, and then that's pretty much it. Yeah,
like if our parents were staying over or we had guests over, we'd probably just take it out and let them use the normal one.
Yeah.
And then put it back in when it's done.
Yeah.
When they're gone. Just because it is a weird thing. Like if you've never been exposed to a compost toilet, every time somebody comes over, they're like, how do I use this? I'm like, just go to the bathroom and
But sawdust done it.
Yeah, but people get grossed out by it.
So then this was the one of the cool design features that Jake integrated into this. So you can come up the stairs right here, and then you can go to the bedrooms, or you can walk around this catwalk. So it'll kind of have like a railing with probably glass or wire or something like that, obviously, so you don't fall over. And then this is going to be kind of the den area where we're going to have a TV and couches. We'll have a little wet bar over here. So we'll probably integrate some kind of like tap system into it. And then there'll also be a patio door for the exterior porch out here. So you'll be able to we'll be able to have some entertaining kind of stuff going on here, and then you can walk outside to the porch, and then there'll also be a staircase going down to the main patio on the first floor.
Yeah, so it'll be a really good entertaining part. It's the only place where we're going to have a TV in the house too. So we're going to get like a really nice, what is it called? Bed that can turn into a couch that can turn into a bed, just because like we're not going to have a TV anywhere else. So if we want to like watch a movie and fall asleep, we can sleep up there, or we would be able to have, three areas where guests can stay in our house, and then we'll also have our tiny house. So it's like we'll be able to have probably like 8 or 10 people stay out here with us on our property. Like if family comes out or friends come out, we'll just have a lot of space for people. which is really nice because we live, there's nothing to do out where we live. So it sucks when friends or family come and visit and they have to stay in Tucson or they have to stay in a crappy hotel in Benson. Like, it just sucks. And then they come over and there's nothing to do because our house is so small.
Like that tiny house has made our lives not that great, I guess, in a sense. Like, I wouldn't recommend it unless you're 100% dead set and you know that you want to live in it. I think just building a small home, like I say, like between 700 to 1,000 square feet, for a lot of people is going to be enough space and it's going to be comfortable.
Because a tiny house is also kind of a waste of money because you can't legally live in it unless you're in somebody's backyard or you're traveling with it forever. I would say that they are kind of nicer than an RV because you can design them however you want. But they're also gas hogs when you try and haul them. Like, they're not designed to be hauled. Like, I don't know. I would not recommend it. I would, like Derek said, find a county where you can build a small home and just build a small home. Because I wish we would have just built a 400 square foot house.
Yeah, absolutely. So here are some of the elevation drawings. So the south elevation, in the next video where we go over the model, I'll talk about all the passive solar heating, because there's a lot of integrated design in this house that you might not necessarily be aware of. South facing wall, east wall, north elevation, west elevation. You'll notice on the west elevation there's no walls because that's no windows, because that's going to be the hot side of the house, especially during the summertime and in the afternoon sun. So Jake went through and he did basically all our foundation details, roof framing plan, all the details.
Like, when you look at that, it's like incredible the detail that goes into something like this.
It really is, and it's made my job a lot easier because I know a good amount about construction, but for a house this size, like, it's definitely well beyond my expertise. So we are enlisting the help of certain contractors that are going to help with the most important aspects of the house that you'll definitely see in the videos. All right, let's go back to just a 3D model, and then we can just show you guys some final little things on this.
It's funny because this house looks like, when you look at it, it kind of looks like a mansion. Like, it looks like a very, like, nice house, but it's like, we're planning. I mean, I hope this house costs like 200 grand. And it's like, if it did, that would be incredible to have a house like this. But it's like, when you do stuff yourself, you save so much money.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to save at least 100 to 150 grand just doing this ourselves.
The other important thing with this house is that there are no inspections on this house. So like I've talked about in other videos in Cochise County, we can do the owner builder opt-out, which basically means they only inspect the setback distances from any lot lines or from any washes. So they come and inspect basically before the footers are poured, and then they come back. They don't even go inside the house. And then once it's built, then they sign off on it, showing that you've built it. And I've talked about the pros and the cons of that in our county here. But that's what we're going to be doing, because it allows us to do the vast majority of the work ourselves. Because
even Jake, when he was doing the architect stuff, he said we'd have to pay like $5 grand for a master architect to like do something. And Derek was like, no, we don't need any. And we're opting out. We need no inspections. We need nothing. And he was like, well, that just saved you like months and $5 grand because.
Plus engineering
it was
stamps.
An engineer. It was a master engineer who had to like sign off on like everything, and
even the permit costs. So the permit costs on this house, some of you are going to laugh because it's so cheap. It was $158. If we were going the standard route of getting, and the county was reviewing the plans and all that kind of stuff, it would be between $2,500 to $5,000.
The setback with that though is like, if we do ever want to sell this house, we're either gonna have to do a carryback loan and carry the loan for somebody, or they're gonna have to pay cash.
Yeah.
Because you can't get a mortgage on a house like this. We never plan on moving. But I mean, we would carry somebody's loan for them, because then we would get the interest and we would get all the money. And
yeah, we would become the bank at that point.
If you ever heard of a carryback loan, it's pretty great. That's what we did on our property.
Initially, yeah.
And we paid it off in like 3 months, but we didn't have the initial 75 grand to pay for it. So the seller just carried the loan for us. And then we paid them interest for like 3 months, and then we just gave them a big lump sum and paid it off. But
so yeah, Jake did a really good job with the 3D model here and detailing freaking everything. He doesn't necessarily have to do this for every single house, but he wanted to do that for me because it would make it a lot easier for me to build. So you can see we can really isolate things. So I can just see the ICF wall system. And then we can see obviously all the interior framing here. So this makes it a lot easier when I'm making material lists and we're taking measurements and we're actually going to be building it, because this makes a lot more sense in a visual sense to me from just looking at house plans in a 2D sense. I really like to see things in a 3-dimensional sense here. He even detailed the roof framing in the SketchUp model. This to me is like I don't know what the heck is going on here, right? There's a lot going on. So especially even with the roof system here, we're going to have probably the local contractor that's helping me with the foundation and the slab to help me with the roof system here. Also something to mention, I'm going to have a link down below that's going to basically go to my website. And if you're a company or you have products that you want featured in this house build, get in contact with me and we'll make some kind of deal. So it's definitely a good marketing.
We'll pay you. It's just,
yeah. Certain things we'll pay for. We're not like looking, for like for freebies and handouts, which other YouTubers are all about.
Or if you're like a service person, if you're like a drywaller, if you're a really good painter in the area. We live in Southern Arizona, so any kind of thing like that, like we need help with. Like we'll take help with anything, but especially drywall, taping, mudding, painting.
Yeah, well, the
the
interior might be more of a plaster, so that we can replicate almost like a concrete on the inside. We might do something like that. We're definitely open. Like, not everything is completely set in stone in terms of the interior design. Obviously, all the electrical I'm going to be doing. I think we will have some local plumbers help with the drain lines and the vents. A lot of the supply plumbing I can run myself, because it's really not that complicated. And I already have help for installing all the windows and doors, and also the interior framing as well. I know who I can get in contact with. But one of the main things that we need is an HVAC designer and installer. So if you are that person or you know of that person, then leave me, I'll leave my email down below and website and all that kind of stuff. Just get in contact with me and we'll make a deal. Like I said, we're not asking strictly like for freebies or anything like that, but if you give us a discount and then in turn we help promote your company or your product or whatever it is, then I think that is what we call a fair trade.
Yeah. And I mean, sky's the limit here. We need help with everything. Like if you're a mattress company,
mattress company, furniture company. There's other companies that have, so the kitchen is going to be an IKEA kitchen. And some of you guys are going to be like, no, the IKEA kitchen.
Let me explain.
Yeah, you explain the IKEA kitchen.
I like the look of IKEA kitchens. I like that they're not extremely expensive, but I also like that, like, if a cabinet face gets damaged, all we have to do is order another one. And it's not this custom kitchen where we have to have something made and it gets ruined and then you can't ever do anything about it. Like the kitchen's going to look extremely nice, but it is going to be IKEA, and I don't care what any of y'all say. I mean,
like people think that they're like the shittiest things.
They're not, because
and they're not because
you can get different levels of quality when it comes to IKEA.
Yeah.
Like you can get the cabinet faces that are the most expensive ones and the most expensive countertops and the most whatever,
appliances. If you work for a KitchenAid or something like that,
we're getting all KitchenAid appliances.
So
if you work for KitchenAid,
let us know. But just offer. The worst thing is that we'll say no, we're not interested. Best case is that you can get some really effective advertising and that kind of jazz right there.
Yeah.
So that's all. But so far, pretty well everybody that's going to be working and helping on the house are people that follow me on YouTube. Like Jake has been following me on YouTube for a long time. He came and helped me frame up the wall in the garage here.
He's like the nicest guy
He's
ever.
such a nice guy. And if you really want help with a small eco-friendly home that is, that maybe uses more alternative building styles, he can help you out with that, and he can take care of a lot of that guesswork. He took care of all those details for us. He's a really smart, passionate guy, and he's really excited about building really cool homes like this. So definitely check him out, and
let him know we sent you.
Yeah.
That we say hello.
So we'll do the full 3D model in terms of the physical 3D model in another video, explaining a lot of the integrated system designs with this house and a lot of the thought process behind it, because I've been thinking and trying to figure out the best way of doing this for months and months, and through the experience of building the tiny house and reading a number of books about passive solar heating design, gray water, rainwater harvesting, all that kind of stuff is integrated into this house. So very excited about it, and let us know what you think down below, and we'll catch you on the next video.
Peace.
Peace.